What's up, people? This is the People's Podcast presented by the Wrestling Republic. It's your boy, Young Meechy, aka Scooney Mac, aka Young Twiggy, and my co-host is.
The beast sleeping in the east, the one, the only John Wiley. Yeah.
And it is that time, Royal Rumble season. Royal Rumble is coming up this Saturday, and of course, we got to give you our predictions for the entire card. Now, as Friday Night SmackDown does approach in a couple, Friday Night SmackDown's tomorrow, they may add to this match card, but we're going to give you our predictions as of right now.
Yes, sir.
So, as of right now, let us start off the show. Let us break off the show. Who do you think? Matter of fact, we're not going to do the Royal Rumble match just yet. Who do you think is going to win out of Bianca Belair and Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship? Who you
I'm
got?
surprised that's even a question, dog. We all know Bianca's going to keep that thing to Mania. I'm surprised that's even a question. Come on, dog.
I mean,
that's female John Cena right there. Come on now.
I mean, if there was a time, I mean, I feel like Bianca has had this title for so long, but yeah, of course I agree with you.
Yeah,
She's going to keep this until Mania for sure.
Why are you trying to take the belt off of sister so quickly? Come on, dog. Let her have
She
this.
had the belt for like a whole year. It's been like
Almost a year. And I'm talking, let's keep it a buck. This is the longest any black champion has ever had a belt this long, dog.
Shout out to her. She doing her thing, representing our community, but I ain't going to lie. I kind of want to see Alexa Bliss wins. I just personally, just because I'm starting to get more invested, or at least I've been invested with this whole storyline with her and freaking Howdy and Bray Wyatt, and I'm like, when are they gonna put this team together? I just have a feeling when they do, Alexa Bliss being Raw Women's Champion will bring it a little bit more hype. So I kind of want to see Alexa win, even though of course I got Bianca winning this. She ain't dropping this title.
I was about to say, be real, dog. Don't tell me you got a thing for goth chicks or Harley Quinn type girls. Don't tell me that's the case, D.
I mean, I'm a fan, but I ain't. I'm a fan. That's it.
all right. I'm just checking. All right, I'm just checking.
In that same night, we got Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight in a lights out match. Even though I have no idea what that type of match is, tell me your thoughts.
That's what we call a bathroom break match, boy. I ain't watching that. Hey, man, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was never a fan of the matches where you turn the lights out or you dim it or you color it, man. I remember when they did this with Sin Cara. I remember what they did this with what's his name? God dang. Bottom line, hey man, I remember when they did this with the Fiend. I'm like, bro, stop it. All right, dog, it don't work. It looked good on film, but it don't look good in person, man. It ain't good at all, dog. So it don't matter who wins. Whoever wins, we lose. How about that?
You know what? I'm gonna go with I mean, I have no idea what the type of match this is gonna be, but I'm gonna go with obviously Bray Wyatt is gonna win. If Bray Wyatt somehow loses his first match that we've been freaking anticipating since he's came back into the WWE, that would just be wrong. It would just be completely wrong. So I got Bray Wyatt. But I do want to say this, LA Knight. I watched LA Knight recently. He was cutting a promo on Raw's 30th anniversary, and I was like, LA Knight is actually pretty entertaining. He's pretty cool. I see that he has a future with him. Like they got a future with that dude.
I mean, it's not like he's a scrub. He's been on TV before.
But that's my first time really tuning into him and seeing him cut a promo, and I was just like, LA Knight actually got some potential.
If I'm not mistaken, he was one of the main guys on TNA, man. Like he ain't no scrub.
Definitely not no scrub. I'm like, I haven't really seen him wrestle a match yet, but his promo skills is definitely on point.
Yeah, I feel like, hey man, it's only a bad time before we get to see the full thing unfold. But I know he can wrestle for sure. I know he can.
Yeah.
So,
and then also,
if anything, narratively speaking, I think Bray Wyatt losing would actually make more sense. I know, right? But if he puts on his wrestling the skills on display and does well, but loses, I think it'd be great because it expands on Uncle Howdy even further.
If he lost though,
Yes, narratively speaking, it'd be a lot better that way. I'm telling you.
I wonder if he lost and Howdy was the reason for him losing, then I can see that. But if he just lost straight up to LA Knight, nah, I don't know about that one. I don't know.
Uh, I'm just telling you, man, because if anything, what's probably gonna happen, because I kind of understand this thought process of booking, LA Knight is gonna get caught by some BS, right? And then we're gonna be like, oh man, who won the match? Bray's gonna come out, but then Bray's gonna be like, I didn't win that match. Technically, that's a DQ. Uncle Howdy won that match. That's what's exactly gonna go down.
Do we even know who Uncle Howdy is yet?
Supposedly, it's Bo Dallas. Supposedly.
I seen like a rumor, or at least people who's trying to give predictions, and they're expecting Bray Wyatt to face Uncle Howdy at WrestleMania. That's what they're expecting Bray Wyatt match to be.
Mm. Only time can tell.
Exactly. So so you who do you so do you actually got Bray Wyatt winning this match, or do you got LA Knight?
I said his match is gonna probably end in DQ, but
Mm-hmm.
if I were to say somebody, it's gonna be Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt, gotcha. Let us move on. Matter of fact, let us talk about before we move on to the next match. What was your thoughts on freaking Undertaker passing the torch to Bray Wyatt as the new face of evil at Raw's 30th anniversary?
Not surprised because Taker practically said it during the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast. He says he's the future, man, and I kind of believed it. Because I used to be one of the Fiend's biggest haters until I saw him have a match with I forgot. I mean, saw until I saw him have a match with Daniel Bryan. Then after that, I realized this guy is him. He's there. He's ready, and you know what? It's about time.
Yeah. I think it is about time. They just got a date. That's why I said, like, they can't have Bray Wyatt lose this match so quick. I'm like, he hasn't wrestled a match in the WWE in a minute yet. And this will be his first match. And then we just freaking had The Undertaker co-sign Bray Wyatt at the Raw's 30th anniversary. And it's like, he lose? He can't lose. He can't lose just yet. Even though LA Knight is definitely somebody that I feel like they're gonna build towards and he definitely has potential to be a star. I just feel like Bray Wyatt has to win this match. It's like unless there's some type of storyline, like you said, like freaking Uncle Howdy comes out and there's something different that happens, then okay. But I mean, we don't even know what a lights out match is though. So it's like this is a match that's literally supposed to be his own stipulation that makes him look the best. So I'm like, if he loses this, I don't get it.
Hey, it's only time can tell, man. Only time can tell.
Yeah. But let us move on to, of course, the undisputed WWE Universal Championship is being put on the line. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, versus Kevin Owens. Is that
What
even
I
a real
want to
question?
what I want to see, either A, give me a Seth Rollins run out, or B, give me The Rock finally showing up,
Finally.
not to cost Roman the belt, but to put hands on him, brutalize him, let him know, yeah, it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wanted to punk the Usos as well, like y'all ain't gonna do nothing. But that's what I want to see because we all know that Kevin Owens ain't gonna beat Roman. Kevin Owens hasn't beat Roman like what? I think Kevin's like what 0-5 against Roman.
Mm.
Like I don't think he's ever beaten Roman. I think one of the only few people that's beaten Roman is like Bobby Lashley,
Mm-hmm.
clean. So I think with that being said, no, this is gonna be a clear cut, man. Easy Roman Reigns victory.
Yeah, I mean, of course. This is probably I feel like most of these matches right now, I feel like the biggest surprise is going to be the Royal Rumbles, but Roman Reigns should win. I mean, of course Roman Reigns is going to win. There's no way he's about to lose to Kevin Owens. It's just what are they planning on doing? Is this going to somehow build up to WrestleMania? Is The Rock going to interfere? I don't actually think any of that's going to happen. I think it's going to be a great match. Probably like a 20-minute match or something like that, and Roman Reigns is gonna beat Kevin Owens straight up, and then that'll be the end of Kevin Owens, I guess. Or maybe you never know. Sami Zayn may interfere. That's maybe the caveat, is seeing what they may do with Sami Zayn, because recently Sami Zayn has been like in the hot seat, with the whole tribal court and all that type of stuff. If they're still somehow planning, if it's the possibility of having the Usos defend the undisputed tag team titles against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, then Sami Zayn, this will be the perfect time to kind of have him, try to help Kevin Owens out. Even though I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think so. So I got Roman easily. Let us go on to the women's Royal Rumble match. Now, this one is interesting. I want to hear, who do you think actually gonna win? Because I have no idea.
Should be Rhea. It should be either Rhea Ripley or Asuka or Bailey. It's one of those three. That should be the ones to win it. And but I'm gonna be leaning mostly towards Rhea Ripley, due to the fact Rhea has the push behind the fans. Like, everybody likes her, they really do. And I really hated how her first run as title, with WWE Women's Champion, ended. It kind of ended stupidly, in my opinion. And isn't that when we gave, like, what, Nikki Cross the belt when she was a superhero? Like, bro, what were we doing here? Like, none of this made any sense, dog. And I think if we don't get her, then we definitely got to pick somebody like Asuka, and let Asuka do a full on heel run. And that's who I think. Those are my picks for, like, winning the Royal Rumble. I don't see anybody else really winning, and I hope, like, I don't wake up in some bizarre world and we let freaking, what's it called, Ronda Rousey win the Royal Rumble again.
Ooh, I think I agree with you. I think Rhea Ripley should win the Royal Rumble, and I'll be surprised if Rhea Ripley didn't win the Royal Rumble. Super shocked. It's just everything is mapping out perfectly. I feel like what the WWE is kind of aiming for is Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair, even though, or maybe Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte again. But even though I think I'd rather see Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. But the only problem with that is then who faces Charlotte? Because I don't want to see Ronda and Charlotte go at it again. Like, I'm good.
You just have Becky go after Charlotte.
Becky and
Give,
Charlotte again?
give the fans what they want. They'll put on a good match. Or if not, it could be Asuka versus Charlotte, because Asuka, Becky and Charlotte ended Asuka's streak. So I'm just saying, you got storylines in the making for this to work. I just hope it's not some rando that we just don't know or hasn't been pushed properly. Because, like, imagine Raquel, what's it called? I think it's Raquel.
I think so.
Or Shayna, right? Two people who have not been properly booked to beat these two, right? Just wins the Royal Rumble. It's gonna look stupid. So that's why I say I picked the more established people to do so.
Yeah, I got Rhea Ripley, but I don't know. It's tough. I mean, I could easily see them messing around and having Ronda win again. I could see that easily because a lot of people want to see Ronda versus Bianca Belair, and if you want to put that match on, you said who?
Who wants to see that?
I want to see that. Ronda and Bianca. You wouldn't want to see that. You wouldn't want to see Ronda and Bianca. Tell me, people. Tell me in the comment section. Let us know. I really would like to see Bianca Belair and freaking Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's Championship. That would be pretty dope to see. Like, come on now. But I do got to say this. While we wait on John to come back. If Rhea Ripley doesn't win, I think Rhea Ripley is going to win. But who I really want to see at the Royal Rumble make a comeback and win it all,
Okay.
Miss Mercedes, Sasha Banks. That's who I really want to see make a comeback and win the Royal Rumble.
I'd have been less offended if he said Goldberg. I'll keep it a buck.
Goldberg, make it nah.
Goldberg with a wig on, I would have been less offended.
I want to see freaking Sasha Banks. Rhea Ripley is what is my pick, but what I want to see, I want to see Sasha Banks come back and win it all.
I can see that. I can see that, especially because I think the WWE has like a New Japan deal,
Mm.
so it's a good chance we might see somebody from Japan come through and win it. But like time can tell.
The only thing that's a little kind of weak about that, if Sasha did come back, it's like we seen both of those matches though. We seen her face Charlotte time in and time again, and then we seen her face Bianca Belair. So especially they main evented a WrestleMania together. So that would be the only thing that would be like okay. But I wouldn't mind seeing Sasha beat Charlotte. So that's what I wouldn't want to see her face Bianca again though.
Yeah, I think I think all these women have faced each other too many times, man. I think we gotta mix it up,
Yeah.
fix some things, man. Because I think the women's division is kind of like it's kind of tiered, man. Not a lot of women make it through. Like we'll literally send the same four women to get bodied, like Carmella or who was it, Lacey Evans or Shotzi, just to get ran through and not achieve anything. And we keep doing this over and over again. I think the women's division do need some new people to win that belt. So hey, Rhea Ripley, in my opinion, is the best choice.
But
Really, the only choice.
Rhea Ripley, I think she literally is gonna. It's aligning perfectly. She's definitely to me is the go to that should win the Royal Rumble if Sasha Banks doesn't make a return. Sasha Banks makes a return, then all bets are off. But you know, Rhea Ripley, the year she's had, the past year she had, and then her being dang near almost the face of freaking dang, what is that? What is the Judgment Day? Yeah, it's like it makes sense for her and for her to face Bianca Belair. That would be dope. What about the men's Royal Rumble match?
That's a tough one, man. Because some people say Sami Zayn, some people say Cody Rhodes, others say Seth Rollins. I personally feel it should be between Bobby Lashley, Seth Rollins, and Cody Rhodes. But I will purposely cut my subscription to Peacock if I see Brock Lesnar win this again. I will cut my subscription if I see Goldberg win it. I'll cut my subscription if I see Stone Cold Steve Austin win it.
What? No, no,
I
no.
will cut my subscription, man, if The Rock shows up and win it.
What? You disrespectful now.
It ain't disrespectful. Because here's my thing, my biggest pet peeve about WWE. They'll let some part-time dude we haven't seen in 9 months show up, win it, leave. Like, stop that. You bring these legends back because we need to build somebody up. We don't need to build Roman up any further. I'm seeing Roman's what's called poses, taunts, catchphrases show up in sports and other kinds of media all over the place. We don't need to see Brock show up just for that, man. We don't need Austin just for that, man. We just need The Rock to know his role and shut his mouth and get folded by Roman. That's all we need. That's all we need, man.
Okay, I was on your side for a second when you said Brock Lesnar. Yes, I do not need to see Brock Lesnar win the Royal Rumble again. I would be so disappointed. I'd be like, dang, what happened to the last match? The last match in the rivalry. They literally built up at SummerSlam last year, the last match. I'll be like shocked. If freaking I'll be so I would turn my TV off, all that type of stuff if Brock Lesnar won. And I actually like what Brock is doing lately. But then when you went too far when you start saying freaking Stone Cold. If Stone Cold, now I gotta say this, I get your point because these superstars nowadays they working hard, they freaking barely get. There's no off season in the WWE, and then when the biggest time of the year comes, they don't even win. I get it, but If you told me Stone Cold freaking wins the Royal Rumble, let alone, matter of fact, before he even win it, Stone Cold is in the Royal Rumble, and then he goes on to win it, I would be freaking like, I ain't gonna lie, I'll be amazed. I'll be applauding, if anything. I'll be applauding. I'll be like, wow, they really did that creatively. They got Stone Cold to make a comeback to actually face Roman Reigns. I'll be like, what? That would be shocking. But here's what I'm going to say.
Hmm.
My prediction, obviously, the easy answer is Cody Rhodes. But I have a feeling. I just have a feeling. Here's my theory. I got a theory to give you. My theory is why would they reveal Cody Rhodes that he's going to be in the Royal Rumble match? Usually the whole point of the Royal Rumble, especially when people are injured, is to shock the fans, surprise the fans. But yet they let us know about Cody Rhodes was going to be in the Royal Rumble like a month ago. The fact that I feel like them letting us know that, I feel like they're gearing us up for another surprise though that's going to shock everybody. Because the Cody Rhodes one was supposed to be the one everybody expected. We're all expecting Cody Rhodes when he got injured. Oh, he's coming back at the Royal Rumble. He's going to win it. But they took away some of his pop because they revealed that he's going to be in the Royal Rumble match. But I'm like, they must be doing that for some reason. So my prediction, the man that's going to win the Royal Rumble is going to be The Rock. The Rock is going to be the shocker. He going to be number 30. Cody Rhodes may freaking come out like number 27, or he may start off the match, something like that. And that's going to be the people everybody's expecting. All analysts who talking wrestling, they all believe Cody Rhodes is going to win this match. But Triple H, the man that's behind creative, I think he's going to shock the world when number 30 comes out, and it's going to be The Rock. And then all bets are off. Who's going to win the Royal Rumble? I got The Rock winning it.
You know what make me throw up? They got like, let's say for instance, like it'd make me throw up if Triple H shows up and wins it again. Or I'd literally throw up on the spot. In if they let like say for instance, like Drew McIntyre win or Sheamus.
Jeez, I'll be Drew McIntyre. Sheamus has, showed all he had a great year last year, even though I wouldn't want to see him win either. But Drew McIntyre, oh my God, I would literally. We may have to cancel this podcast if Drew McIntyre win. I'm like, I'm not talking wrestling a day in my life no more.
Yeah, we're gonna have to turn this to a sports podcast.
I'll be
Gaming and sports podcast after this, dog.
I'll be like, good Lord, Vince McMahon must be back. He must be back. He let Drew McIntyre win this. Oh my gosh.
We're gonna be reviewing Xbox One controllers after this, man. They let Drew McIntyre win. Shoot, talk about PS4 configurations, man. God dang. Start talking about fight stick freaking accessibility, man. Everything but wrestling. We're gonna start talking about all that.
Man, I'm a call up freaking Ben, the owner of Wrestling Republic, and I'm gonna tell him right then, as soon as Drew McIntyre wins that and and take out his sword, I'm gonna be like, Ben, we're done. We're done, Ben. I'm not doing not one single podcast for the Wrestling Republic ever again. Ever again. Like, they can't believe they did this to us. Hyped us up with Cody Rhodes. Hyped us up with The Rock. Even hyping us up with Stone Cold, even though you don't want to see it. I'm like, if they better, somebody great better win this Royal Rumble. It's too much hype around it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Way too much hype. I wouldn't be mad if Seth Rollins won, but
oh no. He's a safe pick.
Yeah, Seth Rollins deserves it, but I can't see Seth Rollins winning this. Honestly, I just can't. I think this is literally probably about to be one of the greatest Royal Rumbles we ever seen in history. I really think so, because I'm like, with with even though they kind of took away some of the allure with letting us know Cody Rhodes is in the match, Cody Rhodes win the match. I'm still happy because I'm like, dang, that we actually finally about to get the Roman Reigns as Cody Rhodes, So
Yeah, I think I think definitely what the WWE needs to do is give the people what they want. Make this the best WrestleMania possible, because the future of the WWE is up in the air, especially with this new buyer. Let this be. If you're gonna go out with a bang. You know what I'm saying, man?
what I mean is this the potential buyer supposed to almost end WWE or something like that? What's supposed to
Well,
happen?
we can get WCW.
Oh,
And you know what happened with WCW. In the middle of it, they took off Eric Bischoff. Somebody didn't like him, right? And then we had a bunch of guys who don't watch wrestling, don't know nothing about wrestling, just know Hulk Hogan's the best, right? In charge of wrestling. I don't want that, dog. I don't want that, not one bit.
mm,
That's the scariest thing. Like, imagine Triple H gets stripped. But yeah, he's no longer working here, man. That's it. Sorry. Ratings are kind of low because, wrestling ratings do go down sometimes, right?
mm-hmm.
Oh, man, we got to strip Triple H of creativity title, man. It's a wrap. See ya. And then we get, I don't know, Dean Belansky, writer of Love and Hip Hop or some nonsense like that, or the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Yeah, he's gonna come in with the drama and the ratings. And then lo and behold, we get things like Maurice versus Carmella for WrestleMania for the women's championship. No, scratch that, Divas championship.
Hey man, hey, I don't think I mean I got hope. I got hope in the WWE somehow. Hopefully they just I feel like it. Wrestling is in a good place. WWE is in a good place. Like we're literally about to have possibly one of the biggest Royal Rumbles of all time. Cause think about this. Like, even though I got, you know, the safe pick to me is Cody Rhodes wins the Royal Rumble. But I just have a feeling that it's gonna be some surprise. And that's why I'm picking The Rock. But think about this. You got freaking Cody Rhodes. You got the whole Sami Zayn and the bloodline thing. So some people, like you said, are picking Sami Zayn. Then you got, Brock Lesnar just made a return. Freaking F5 Bobby Lashley at the Raw's 30th anniversary. Brock Lesnar may be in the match. He better not win, but I don't mind seeing him in the match. And then the speculation. WWE offers Stone Cold a WrestleMania match with Roman Reigns. So what if Stone Cold even possibly makes his way in the Royal Rumble match? And he
And
got
Stone
Edge.
Cold wins that. I feel like that's so disrespectful, dog. But Edge, yeah. You know what else we forgot about?
Who?
Randy Orton.
Hey, Randy Orton better not win this. I want to see him in the match though. I want to see Randy Orton come back. But if Randy Orton's another one. If he win this match, I'm not gonna quit the People's Podcast, but I may have to cut off my subscription with Peacock for at least a month.
How about this? How about this? Let's put a stipulation on this. If Randy Orton wins or Stone Cold wins, you got to cut the dreads, dog.
Um. Okay. I have no problem with putting it on, like putting that stipulation on with freaking Randy Orton because I know Randy Orton's not gonna win. Stone Cold is the one that I have no idea about because I'm like reports. There's reports that they offered him big money and Stone Cold's been training since freaking last November. So I'm like, I would not be shocked if somehow, some way, Stone Cold was in the Royal Rumble match. I'm like, if you offer me big money and I get the chance to put on one of the biggest matches in history, I'm like, I would probably accept it if I'm Stone Cold. So I'm like, I can do it for Randy Orton, but I can't do it for no Stone Cold. He the shocker here. I don't
The
know.
main reason why I say Randy might win this is because, Randy's one title away from breaking Ric Flair's record.
What
I'm
about?
just saying it's really possible, man.
But we also even have John Cena. We don't even know if John Cena's gonna be in it.
I don't want to see that, dog. I don't want to see a John Cena winning this. Do you really want to see John Cena versus Roman Reigns again? Do you really?
I don't need to see it, but I wouldn't mind seeing John Cena in the match. I think that would be one of the greatest. Imagine the last like 5 people in the Royal Rumble match is freaking Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar, The Rock. Is that 5? Did I say 5? I said Cody Rhodes, Seth
Cody Rhodes,
Rollins.
Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar, and The Rock.
Oh, that's 4. And then imagine one more being in there.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold. Imagine that's the last 5. I'm like, I would be like, okay, WWE, you have done something amazing here. I'll be like, wow. And then I would not know who's gonna win that match. If that's the last 5, I'll be like, either one of these people, I'll be okay with them winning the Royal Rumble. For me. But I mean, what is your thoughts about even Sami Zayn possibly winning though?
Do you really want to see Sami Zayn as champion? Do you really? Like, that's my biggest thing. I ain't got no issue with him getting the big gold belt because I always said he do well with it, right? But my real question is, he's not built to win it, and if he does win it, he's gonna get steamrolled. Like, if we go by storyline logic, so it looked like all of a sudden Sami Zayn becomes the greatest wrestler of all time.
Mm.
So that's why it wouldn't make sense in that kind of logic. But we have seen dumber things happen, like the Miz becoming champion.
Yeah, you know what's funny? You're kind of right. I mean, I love the only thing I don't know. It's tough to say. I like the storyline with the Bloodline and Sami Zayn, and that's why I wouldn't mind Sami Zayn winning because I'd be like, dang, that just made it so much more interesting. But at the same time, there's no way I'm picking like Sammy to beat Roman. So I'm like, because if Sammy beats Roman, I'm like, all these people that couldn't beat Roman and Sammy wins, even though Sammy would deserve it to me, but I'm like, storyline wise, he shouldn't be Roman. Roman should continue to continue his reign. Don't, so then you got Cody. Cody makes sense, storyline wise. Yeah, it'll just be interesting. It'll be interesting to see. I don't know, but I'm super hyped up to see who will win it all. Did you even pick who you go? Did you pick who you think gonna win?
Yeah, I said it should be out of Bobby Lashley, Seth Rollins, and Cody Rhodes. It should be those 3.
Those 3. If you had to pick one, who?
Cody Rhodes, safe pick, man. Safest.
That's a safe pick. I feel like Cody Rhodes is probably right now. They have him picked as the winner, but they're still waiting on that phone call from The Rock to be like, "Are you showing up?" And then they'll just erase that name and put in.
Rock niggas stop playing games, man. Man, be like, well, I'm not. I need more time to be in wrestling shape. I'm like, bro, you better be training on the road, man.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't got nothing planned. Are you really about to skip out on Mania just to put on the same button up in a jungle again?
Oh,
Come on, Rock. Give the fans what they want one more time. One more. While you still have it in you, dog. I don't want to see you like Sean. I don't want to see you like Taker. And I for damn sure don't want to see you like Stone Cold last year. I want to see you be you. While you still can't do it.
man, you telling me you won't be hyped if Stone Cold got the chance to face Roman Reigns?
You would be hype after you saw Kevin Owens versus Stone Cold?
That match was good, but I think Stone Cold would look way better because this man's he said in his podcast he didn't really get a chance to train for that match, or he didn't train. I know for a fact Stone Cold has been training, so I think he will look way better. And then I think Stone Cold recognizes that he'll be like, okay, there's no way I can come to this event and not put on a better show because it's like I already have the Kevin Owens situation that happened, but most of all eyes will be on this match with freaking Roman Reigns. It's like he can't look bad. He will have to look good. Even though I don't think he looked bad in the Kevin Owens match, but of course, obviously Kevin Owens did his thing with that. So I think
Hey,
Stone Cold recognizes that though. That's why he'll be like, I really have to step up and make sure I'm ready for this one.
I hear you, Logic. That sounds very wishful, very positive. But I grew up with one thing in mind. You hope for the best and you expect the worst. And I expect that match to happen to be another all-time carry job from Roman Reigns this time around.
Mm,
But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
gotcha. Let us move on. We got two more topics before we end off this show. We're gonna do another better career debate out of the Big Red Machine, Kane, and at one point in time, his partner RVD. Who had the better career out of those two?
I'm gonna say RBD, dog.
Mm.
RBD, because I keep thinking about ECW RBD, and I still keep thinking One Night Stand RBD, and then I keep thinking every time I've ever watched Rob Van Dam ever show up, I'm like, this man's the star of the show, no matter what. Hell, I even watched a match where I think it was like 2014, 2016, where he showed up, and I believe he wrestled like Jack Swagger and Cesaro. I'm like, yo, he's still the best part of the match, man. And on
Mm.
top of that, you really get your money's worth when he's wrestling. Then I keep thinking from bout to bout to bout from Jeremy. I think his name was not Jeremy Lin. I forgot his name, but something Lin, right? That was in ECW. I keep thinking about when he was in the Invasion storyline and he had to wrestle Kurt Angle and all the other legends at that time. I keep thinking about RVD versus Jeff Hardy, man, Booker T. I'm like, bro, this dude don't really miss. He don't really have bad matches. I'm thinking to myself, like, all right, let's compare that to Kane. We know when Kane's hairline started to recede and he started losing that hair, that quality started going downhill. It was tragic. And then it was more tragic when they took his theme song away. Yeah, they took that slow chemical away. That's how you know we ain't got Kane no more. Kane just shows up, big boot, choke slam, pin, call it a day. Your man was on cruise control. Cause I remember 1999 SmackDown Kane. I remember Kane coming off the top rope for Triple H. I remember when Kane showed up and that pyro hit, everybody was shook. I remember. I remember Kane versus Stone Cold Steve Austin in the first blood match. I remember that. I remember when he got set on fire. I believe he has very good matches under his belt, very good landmark matches for wrestling. But I don't think they can compare properly to Rob Van Dam because his body of work in the ring and then his overall like persona as well, immaculate.
I'm not gonna lie. Kane, towards the end of his wrestling career, he was about 3 matches away from defending this wrestler. Kane, Kane was close to being on that segment. I'm not even gonna lie. But when I think about the totality of the body of work, I'm gonna go with Kane had the better career. Just because the reason why I'm like, I don't know if Rob Van Dam in the WWE, Rob Van Dam never really reached the top of the mountain. Like he became WWE champion, but he never to me was looked at as like the guy. And Kane, for the most part, was never looked at as the guy either. So that's why I feel like it's a good debate, but I don't know. I just think Kane has more iconic
Don't
not
tell me you're gonna
matches,
say
but just
Kane.
like
Yeah.
he just more has iconic iconic storylines. Like I think the Undertaker and Kane storyline is probably one of the best written storylines in the history of the WWE. Like, and then his introduction into the company as Kane, that has to be one of the best like intros. Like the man came out in when the Undertaker was facing Shawn Michaels in a Hell in a Cell match, and then Kane freaking rips off the door. Like I remember the commentary, like that's gotta be Kane. Like just the storyline. That's one. He's part of one of the best storylines in wrestling history, and the fact that that storyline was ever. I always thought Undertaker and Kane was actually brothers until I got older. I'm like, they may actually be brothers. So I'm like, to me, the iconic storyline that Kane has had, like to me, it's hard to really match that. RVD hasn't had that. If we're talking about in ring wrestling, then of course RVD. But storyline, and I think about just the impact Kane has made on people and wrestling fans. Yeah, I think that's hard to beat. Like if I had to choose which career I would want to be a part of the career that freaking I was the brother of the Undertaker my entire career. And it's like me and him faced each other. Me and him also became tag team champions. Then we went on to face each other again. Like, and then, Kane freaking lasted for a long time. I didn't like his last stages of his career, but you could think about, remember, he was tag team with even freaking RVD. He was tag team with Daniel Bryan. Like, Kane has found a way to just stay, you know, I want to say kind of relevant at the least. So I'm like,
All right. Because I know I'm not waking up to me hearing that this man enjoyed Kane versus the Great Khali.
I mean, no, but I'm like, actually, I don't think I ever watched that match. So I'm like, but the Attitude Era Kane was the best Kane. But, you know, when he first took off that mask, I ain't gonna lie, he was still freaking dominant at that time. It's just over time when they start putting Kane in the suit. I was like, when Kane became governor before he became governor in the WWE, I was like, okay, this is not Kane. This is not Kane no more. So
I hear you, but then I'm like, bro, you gonna really sit up here and tell me it's that you value the storyline more than the match?
yeah, I mean, I did for Kane because I'm like a great match is a great match. Don't it's it is what it is. But when it's a great match, but it's great storyline evolved around it, those are the moments. Kane had a lot more moments than RVD in history. In the history of the WWE, Kane has had way more moments than RVD. So that's why I'm going
Man,
with Kane. And the moments is what matter the most. You're trying to create moments.
man. All right. Because I can see we're on two different sides of the earth on this one. But you know what? All right.
But we're going to let the
I'm
people decide, though.
yeah.
Yeah, let us know in the comment section. Who do you think had the better career, RVD or Kane?
Y'all know it's RBD, dog. It's the one of a kind, dog.
Before we head on out, I got one quick question for you.
What up?
Who would you say was the best all around performer on Monday Night Raw? The absolute best.
Who's the best performer of Monday Night Raw?
On Monday Night Raw in history.
Shoot, man, that's a rough one, man. You know how much talent has went through that door? You know how many people have put on that much matches? Like Undertaker, The Rock, Kurt Angle, thou who shall not be named.
Performer.
Ah, man.
Not
I'm about
exactly wrestler, but performer. Who has put
I'm
on the
gonna have
best
to
performances?
I'm gonna have to probably say that's a tie between like Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. Because even when Shawn Michaels left and came back, he was still that guy.
Mm.
Like it's crazy how like when even after Shawn Michaels leaving and coming back, Dude was putting on classics back to back. Him versus Rey Mysterio, him versus Shelton Benjamin, him versus John Cena. It goes on and on and on. It might be Shawn Michaels who was the best performer for Raw because you know when he showed up, you're getting your money's worth, whether it be in the ring or outside the ring. Because I know you remember when he was dressed up as Undertaker and came down with the zip line and we and duped us
Yep.
all. I know you remember that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, man, it might be Shawn Michaels, man. And if it ain't Shawn, shoot, man, it might have to be it might have to go probably to The Rock as well because when The Rock showed up, whether it be on promo or in the ring, you got your money's worth as well. It's just that The Rock's career is just not as long.
It's true. Definitely true. You know who I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say the guy that I do not mind seeing facing Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, Stone Cold Steve Austin slash. Because if we're talking about moments and performances, I gotta go. And I'm talking about Monday Night Raw, I'm going Stone Cold easily.
Okay,
But
okay.
what if I threw in Vince McMahon in there? Just because they're rivalry.
Hold on now. Don't get us canceled. You just got this. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, because he's one of the most endearing characters ever. He's so evil. You want to see what he does next. Because
Exactly.
I remember Vince McMahon versus God. I remember Vince McMahon, the Spirit Squad, jumping Shawn Michaels. I remember Vince McMahon faces his own daughter. I remember what's it called? Vince McMahon sicking Brock Lesnar on a dude with one leg.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember Vince McMahon versus Hulk Hogan, dog. Vince got the moments and Vince got the lines. I would like to say it like this, man. Vince is like TB's greatest heel ever because he just, like I said, he's so evil. You care to see what he does next.
Exactly. But
So I don't blame you if you say Vince McMahon, dog.
I would
I
throw
don't blame
Vince in there for sure. But let us end off the People's Podcast, man, presented by the Wrestling Republic. Make sure y'all follow the Wrestling Republic on all social media platforms and their website. You got any words for the people before we cut out?
Shoot, man. Just no, I really ain't got nothing to say this time around, man. You got something to say this time?
Man, all I'm going to say is prepare for the Royal Rumble. It's going to be an exciting week. And besides all of that, it's going to be an exciting weekend with the Royal Rumble. And then on Sunday, my Niners is going to beat the Eagles. So it's going to be a great weekend of sports.
Ah, shoot, this man done jinxed it.
And that's all
Oh
I got
man.
to say about that.
Hopefully
Stone
we clip
Cold or
that.
The Rock? Stone Cold or The Rock should win
Christian
the Royal
McCaffrey,
Rumble
if you
match.
lose, blame this man.
And that's all I'm going to say about that. I see you guys next week. I believe next week is episode 17. Will it be episode
17.
17? And
Almost able
then,
to graduate.
yeah. And we're going to see the results of the Royal Rumble.
Yes,
Did Cody
sir.
Rhodes, The Rock, who won? See you guys in the next episode. Peace out.
Deuces.